The life and suffering of Sir Brante in times of the fall of the blessed Archnean Empire. Okay, new game. Enter your character's name. Sir. Other characters will address you like this. Sir Egg Brante. Chapter restarts enabled. Consequences open or consequences hidden? Well, we'll play open for now. I'll play whatever the recommended play is. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You will follow his life from birth to death. Your choices shall define who Sir Brante will grow up to be. You will decide his personality, his social status, what mark he'll leave on history. Mark in chat, please. With every step he takes at your behest, Sir Brante's character will change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for him, but open many others. The world of Sir Brante's birth is a ruthless realm, where people are divided into estates. It is hard to be a hero here. Be ready to accept that Sir Brante cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character and his personal qualities. Often you will not be able to make the choice you would like to. It may happen because you chose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you will create a gripping and unique tale for your hero. What will become of your Sir Brante, his loved ones, and his world? It all depends on you. I am going to turn down the music just slightly. Not out of disrespect, but I mean, it's not a...
The story of my life remains written on these pages. But my fate has always been my own. Every deed, every choice, every person I met made me what I am. Could I have taken a different path? Could I have found a different calling? Altered the very course of history? And what price would I have to pay?
Altered the very course of history. The life and suffering of Sir Brante in times of the fall of the blessed Archnean Empire. Give Sir Brante a sword. Your fingers are stained with ink, your breathing grows ragged, your hands are shaking. Yet the words begin appearing on the page before you one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you and how did you reach this end? You were born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Archnean Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth. Whether human or Archnean, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. And each life is not but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of peace teeming with life and a war drenched in blood, high ranks and lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle, and faces. So many faces of the people you held dear, the people who walked this road by your side. Such was your life, now all exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step, you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice, all of it led you here to the end of your time. And every choice had a price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory, the pain and joy inextricably intermingled. Reading comprehension, 10 out of 10. Could you have taken a different path, chosen a different calling, found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. Now on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to the last and most crucial question of all. Reading comprehension, 9 out of 10. Your life, of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate, or was your life shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? What determines a man's destiny? It's a tough question. The man himself, the world around him, a higher power, there is no destiny. You know, I think there's a little bit of 1, there's a little bit of 2, there's a little bit of 4 in my world. I'm gonna give myself agency, and I'm gonna say the man himself. Oh, you can hear death's footsteps drawing near. You square your shoulders and take a deep, full breath. You have found your final answer. What is destiny other than a long chain of your own actions and decisions? No matter what happened in your life, you always had a choice. You lived the life you deserved. Only you can answer for it. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you will have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of a man named Brante will live once more. Childhood, adolescence, youth, peacetime, the revolt. That just says childhood over here. Chapter 1, Childhood. Yo, that's Kingston City Hall. Made famous by the Funky Kong tweet. Chapter 1, Childhood. Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. You are but a small child learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. Giving. A long, trying life stretches before you. So many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own. Choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? That's what I'm wondering, man. In the chapters Childhood, Adolescence, and Youth, you will live through your heroes' coming of age. You will shape their personality, their qualities, and relationships. By the end of the prologue, you will determine the estate and future occupation of your hero. You know what it's like? You remember when you were a kid, you'd play MASH? And then you'd be like, what do you choose for your house? And you'd be like, M. And they'd be like, guess what? You live in a mansion. You choose S. Guess what? You live in a freaking shack. Oh, no. Who will Brante grow up to be? It's your call. Year 1118. Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen in the chapter. The fencing lesson. Beyond. Insight. Nobleman's Sacrament. Okay. I don't know if we should plan for these. You dare to study fencing if you have determination greater than or equals to 4, and you train with your father. You can beyond. Suffer your first death. Insight. Perception greater than 4 and play with ants. Greater than or equal to. Willpower greater than or equal to 0 and kiss the sword. Alright, let's figure it out. Your personal qualities at this age. They determine what choices you make. Alright, I'm spineless and inattentive? It's just insulting. Your inner strength. Okay, I've got 0 willpower. Alright, tell me something good. Other screens are now open. Destiny, personality. I don't know if there's a better spot for myself, but I can at least, temporarily move my camera to the bottom left where it seems like we might be a little bit better. Family is now available in the House of Brante. Destiny. So we got nothing in Destiny yet. Personality, basically we just suck. House of Brante, which I guess is our family line. Hey, we're at peace. We're not even the heir. What a ripoff. And there's our family. Our older brother is the heir. Alright, fair enough. Begin chapter. Achievement unlocked already. At first there was nothing, no time, no sensation, nothing but darkness and void. But then a will breathed life into nothingness. Yo, I hope it was Will Forte. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. It's too real. It was your turn to enter this world. Your first memory, you are lying on your back, blinded by a bright white light. You are not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are a part of them, and they are a part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands towards you. There's 2 of them. The ones who made your form from their own selves and brought you into this world. They are united, yet as they lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel their differences within you, struggling against each other. Their first figure is soft and empathetic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never-ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection, and merciless punishment for every misdeed. Alright, so where's the father? Yet there is also a third figure. It is like a shadow barely seen behind them, yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. There he is. It is the very will to live that is now growing ever stronger within you. A soft, open palm, a strong, closed fist, and a lingering, distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. Let's reach out to the palm. +1 perception. Your little palm awkwardly clasps the soft finger. You explore your mother's hands by touch. She smiles gently as her arms wrap around you and lift you up. She smells of home, that indescribable smell. The feeling of safety is second to none. Her embrace is the warmest place in all the world, a place you want to stay for all eternity. And if you get put down for even a millisecond, you go freaking nuclear. It's a baby. All right. Well, not a very productive year. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breath and strong, cold hands. He visits you rarely. Hello there, little egg Brante. Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. My, you're growing up so quickly, my child. There are 2 more children in the family named Stephen and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stefan likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you in the air. Oh, look, this is your brother and sister. Yeah, you're my little brother. We're going to play together, but I'll always be in charge because you were born a commoner. This is not Stefan Brante. This is... I've forgotten his name. This is Warwick Davis from Life's Too Short. 100%. Look, he's got a 50-year-old man's face. Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby egg. Let's go play in the yard. It is hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister's with another as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. Then you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar, a perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright, it hurts to look at. Why are you staring at the shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. Yeah, why are you being weird about the shining pillar? Hey, I want to play hide and seek. He's just a little baby. How is he going to play? Then you hide him, and I'll try to find both of you. You have no idea what they're talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. This is strange, but so exciting. Stephen and Gloria glance at each other. Then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason, and then she's gone. You can no longer hear Stefan's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Did they abandon you? Okay. This is a cry loudly situation. This is what the baby cry is designed for. You take a deep, deep breath and start bawling. This is the loudest you've ever cried. It is a cry of sheer terror. The cry of a boy waiting to be found, a boy whose brother and sister hurt his feelings when they left him all alone. You hear brisk steps, then the leaves and twigs rustling and parting. Mother leans over you. So that's where they took you. Your tears dry the moment you see her. You greet her with glee. There is no reason to be afraid anymore. Mother picks you up, puts you to her chest, and pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind her, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria is in tears just like you. Stefan keeps staring at his feet. Hey, we're full of power already. Survived. All right. Year 1 survived. Stefan must be killed. Another memory. You are still a little child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Even your older brother Stefan is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria. My son, today is the great descent. We honor the day when the twin gods descended to us. Oh no, is it the Adastupra? We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. You are too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now. Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys there, no chairs. Even the carpet has been taken away. There's nothing there but a bare wooden floor. Yo, why are they trying to lose this baby all the time? Today we're not allowed to go to any other rooms, and we'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the great descent, everyone must be where they belong. It is quiet, unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You are sitting on the cold floor, confused with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in the empty room. It is a little song that Mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled. Live your lot where you were born, to the day that you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. You are transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze and a smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, Egg? Do you know what it's all about? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember that pillar of light on the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar, and if you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. Oh, God, I wish that were me. You and I are lowborn. Mom is a commoner too, so the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard, understand? The priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do, but I guess they talk to the twins and then teach everybody. Gloria stares at you intently. Do you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From this light emerges 2 figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder, the other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. Gloria is swaying to the song, unaware of what's happening. She sings the final verses once more. Know your lot and know the prayer. You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself somehow. You feel words condensing within you from the light. But what will these words be? I don't want my older sister to die at the hands of the gods if I get the song wrong. But a man controls his own destiny. Sing the last line wrong. Know your lot and know the prayer. The lots are lies told everywhere. You could have just said, I like my favorite teddy bear. You didn't have to put the whole system on blast. This is a 2-year-old kid. The lots are lies told everywhere. You shout these words, but have no idea how they came to you. The shining pair standing behind her back turn to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Now Gloria's staring at you. You see disappointment in her eyes. Egg, that's not the way the song ends. Why did you ruin it? You shrug, quite pleased with your cleverness. Now we're talking. Bap, 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 boo-doo-doo-doo. 3 years old. You are starting to understand more and more of what the adults say. Your family is an unusual one. Your father is a nobleman, but not by birth. His is a title earned through great service, but your mother is a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but father says you may yet come unto nobility. You learn to read at an early age, probably from playing this game. Together with mother, you read and learn by heart the many poems about the divine twins and the twin gods who reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls those poems prayers. Again and again, you try to discern the shapes of the gods in the strip of the holy light that shines in the sky all day and night. But the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. But even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Your older brother Stefan now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says. So Gloria calls him names, and Stefan pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, father gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You will have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stefan gets frustrated. There are too many little siblings getting in his way as it is. Soon you will be an older brother too, and it doesn't really matter who the youngest will be, a boy or a girl. You will love them the most. When father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books aloud for you. Books with no pictures in them. You'll find those stories of wars, generals, and rebellions quite enchanting, and father approves of your fascination. Study hard, and maybe one day you'll become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword, but first you need to grow up. Yeah, kid, you're already 3. Take up smoking. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. Oh, la la. Hey, geez. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud. And it feels odd. A scratch on your hand stings a little. Stefan is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder. Yo, that's a Darth Vader move. You picked it up and hit him with it. You see mother's shoes walking to and fro on the carpet. You do not want to look up. You would rather not see her angry. She is not as gentle to you these days. Why did you hurt Stefan, Egg? You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. How dare he pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm going to hit you with the real sword. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and yet you can still feel her concern for you. Even if Stefan hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer. But your brother was born from a noble father and a noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. That's a scary thought. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot, and the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be. Now Stefan looks at you in triumph. You look up at Mother in fear, not sure what to do now. You know what? We can do this because we have willpower over 0. I refuse. Absolutely refuse. Deny your guilt. Demand an explanation. Yeah. Demand an explanation. If you're going to punish me, I'm going to punish you. You start asking questions. Why were you born a commoner if your father is a noble? If you have your father's name, why can't you have his lot? And why can't you choose a lot for yourself if you don't like the one you have? Mother is stunned by all the questions you're peppering her with. Don't you dare ask me about that, Egg. I'll violate my lot if I start explaining it all to you. I'm a commoner, not a priest. You are flogged in front of your whole family. The pain burns on your skin again and again. Tears keep rolling down your cheeks. It feels like the punishment will never end. It hurts to walk when you're finally let go. You slowly climb the stairs and walk to your room. You see a book on your bed, The Teachings of Isadius, Volume 2. Your tears have dried now. You begin to read, slowly making your way through the difficult words. Every death of the body bringeth the soul ever closer to the twins' judgment. And when the body dieth the true death, the soul soareth to the shining pillar. The twin gods do judge every soul, and their judgment is stern and unforgiving. He who followeth his lot in life from birth shall melt in bliss atop the peak of the shining pillar. The words confuse and elude you, instilling fear and awe. You will read this mysterious book again and again as you grow up. Okay. Well, we're being kind of a punk, but I think it's for principled reasons. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day, she grows heavier and her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day, she takes your hands and puts them on her big belly, and you feel a movement deep inside her. You will have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks to the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar, and she sings you songs and tells you amazing stories. Hey, Egg, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you, but don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mommy hears about it, I'll get flogged. Remember how you got flogged for hitting Stephen? Oh, last year? Yeah, I remember. Our judge is my second father. In the past, I had another. Mother says the twins are great. Says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. See, I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell them it is mine. It's actually Little Kid Hamilton's rap from Hamilton. That's Philip Hamilton, circa 2015. Still better than Dr. Seuss, though. But today, your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there, but then she vanished. The servants join you in your search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears the commotion. Finally, you find her in the far corner of the garden. She is holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face grows dark with rage. Gloria is standing before her, wringing her hands and looking for an opportunity to run, but there seems to be no escape. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You are absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with this writing. Yo, her dress is made out of, like, cobblestone. I can decide that for myself, Mom. No, you cannot. It has already been decided by the gods. And he's not a little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny. Yeah, he's 4. And I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. You are a commoner and my future wife. It's time you learned how to properly care for children. Had your disgraceful former father kept me in his house, you could have been born a noble, but that is not our fate. And you are absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting ink again. My what? No, it was a joke about Tommy Wiseau. You're tearing me apart, did you? Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you both into the house. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. Gloria sobs violently. You are a bystander to this scene, unsure of how to act. I think we should... I'm not even looking at the skills, man. I'm like, you know what? Offer to write some rhymes with her. I'm not even looking at the conditions. I'm just sending it. Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You hug your sister and whisper to her. Let's go to the library, you say. The two of you can hide under the table and write something together. Gloria shakes her head violently. Mother would say no, and there was no way she would ever defy her. You reassure her it will be your little secret. You pull her to the library. She fights, but you refuse to relent. You peek inside. Your sister takes a small book from one of the shelves, and you read it together under the table. It's a book of poetry about eternal love. Gloria clearly adores it. You decide to write a poem of your own. She recites a line in an ecstatic voice, and you repeat it after her and offer a rhyme of your own. She nods happily. You do this until the day ends. You have written a poem of your own and learned it by heart, but not a single line has been committed to paper, which means you stayed true to your mother's rule. Malicious compliance. How about that? We're almost downright inquisitive. $11:22 already. Mother is in her armchair, knitting woolen jackets, pants, and socks for the little one. The baby will need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says he's very busy with his important job. He is a judge, after all. One day you decide to ask Mother about Stefan and Gloria. How come they're brother and sister to you, but not siblings to each other? Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stefan, you see. He's the son of another mother, and Gloria is the daughter of another father. Here's a story about a lovely lady, and she's raising up a very lovely girl. Like her mother. I don't remember the rest of the lyrics. The youngest one in curls. Come on, don't knit your brow like that. You'll understand when you're older. How is that even possible? You're all family, are you not? Several days later, Mother calls Stephen and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. At first, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave, but then she relents. You're told to sit still, be quiet, and remember every word you hear. When you enter the temple, bow to the twins. First to the elder on the right, then to the younger on the left. Stefan, you're a nobleman to be, so walk along the side paved with marble, where the benches are. Gloria, you walk along the sharp side. When you're there, you must get down on your knees, each on your own side. Stefan, kiss the sword. Gloria, my daughter, they will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid of it. Resign yourself to the suffering it brings. It is the blessing of your lot. Well, that sounds like pretty stupid. This guy gets to kiss a freaking sexy sword. The little sister's got to get hit with the lash. Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. Oh, a logician, I see. There's a tense feeling in your chest as well. You were told to remember this. Will the lash strike you too one day? On the next day, they take your brother and sister to the temple. You run towards them when they finally come back. The back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She's hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stefan is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. Nothing looks different about them. It's like all is the same, and yet everything has changed. Each of them has accepted their lot. Get out of here, Stinky. Oh, the family's not as happy anymore. The unity is decreased. God, Stefan's so cool. Wish I could be cool like Stefan. You eye the little bundle in your father's arms with curiosity. Behind the many layers of swaddling clothes is your newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Stefan and Gloria are also here, excited. You promise yourself you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him. Oh no, the two of you will play together and tease Stefan together and help Mother together and go on so many adventures together. Feels so strange to be an older brother. Just the other day you were the youngest in the family, but everything is different now. Your parents name your little brother Nathan, and Mother spends day and night by his side, and Nathan cries all the time, day and night. Mother gets barely any sleep. She is so worn out she starts forgetting things. Like, for instance, she forgot her knitting in the armchair in the sitting room. You better bring it back to her as soon as possible. You run to Mother's... You run to Mother's bedroom. You miss her smile so much. You walk in without saying hello and give her the knitting, but instead of gratitude, you get an ice-cold, exhausted stare. Nathan is also there, screaming all the time. Go away, Egg, you're bothering me. You hate to see it? She spits these words out through her teeth. You look at the bawling newborn. She can't even get a minute of respite. Enough already. When are you going to stop? I just want some peace and quiet. Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. His cries get even louder. She looks so tired from his never-ending screams. She seems to be within an inch of smashing him against the wall. Somebody has to do something. You're scared of your mother right now, but you fear for Nathan's life that much more. Do not shake the baby. I choose to snatch Nathan from Mother. You leap at your mother and demand she give you Nathan. She freezes when she hears those words. You snatch your little brother out of her arms. She chokes with rage and falls on the bed screaming. You run away to the playroom. Saved! Your baby brother is heavy in your arms. He sniffles. You sway him gently like Mother did and quietly sing him a lullaby about the twins. Nathan calms down. Soon he closes his eyes. You put the newborn on your bed and swear on your life that no one will ever hurt him when you're around. You hear heavy footsteps in the hallway. Father enters the playroom. He looks at you, then at Nathan, somewhat confused. Hey, well, I'm seeing double. 4 babies? You did something bigger than you today, son. It is a noble deed to protect your family. But you should have come to me. Please understand, this was my duty, not yours. Time was a little sensitive in the moment. But, you know, I appreciate it. So I'm just going to get, here's what, my wife walked into the office. Did a little 360 and then burped into the mic.
I did not burp into the mic.
You don't need to. I'll do that. Don't worry about it. What are you doing in here? So what are you doing? I don't understand.
It has been there for so long that I need to do it.
So we have a bar cart, and I took it out of the frame for Twitch Rivals.
Yeah.
I don't even really want it in my office, to be honest.
You were the one who was drinking.
It's true, but it's kind of garish. And it was rotated 90 degrees to be out of the frame.
It's still out of the frame.
It is still out of the frame, but then, like, the door was closed. She just walked in and turned it 90 degrees and pushed it up against the wall. You couldn't even see it. The door was closed.
Yeah, but it was in my mind. I could see through the door.
And it had to be done.
It had to be done.
Urgently. Okay. Yeah, alright. A little strange, but it's alright. Snatch the bar cart from Mother. Seeing NL side on is like seeing Homer Simpson front on. I'm easy to draw, I think. I'm easy to draw. Sorry. You saved your baby brother from harm. If you feel yourself ready to take the responsibility to protect others, then maybe you can walk the path of the noble when you're older. But for now, we should bring him back to your mother. Come with me. He picks Nathan up. Your brother is fast asleep, breathing quietly. The three of you return to Mother's bedroom. Father puts Nathan back in the crib. Mother is no longer screaming. She embraces you. Please forgive me. The twins know I was out of my mind. Please don't be angry with me. You hug Mother in response. Status, grateful. Your younger brother remembers what you did for him. Look, seems somewhat unlikely, but that's okay. So I guess willpower is basically like a resource you use. So you don't just build it up as a trait. It's like it's spendable. Nathan is born. Well, we can probably play until at least we get through childhood, I think, here. You wake up to Father's touch on your shoulder. He's finally back home after a long trip. Egg, today is your special day, the day when you will begin your studies. Now teachers will be coming to our home to teach you, and you must do everything they say. Be diligent in your studies, and you will grow closer to the nobleman's lot. And since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Lydia, get our little schoolboy dressed. I'm taking him to the market district. Two for one plum special. Taking the plums to market. Stefan wants to come with you too, but Father shushes him sternly. This is your day. Your elder brother is hurt to hear this, but he stays quiet. An open carriage takes the two of you through the dusty, noisy city streets, a pleasant wind tussling your hair. Your city is called Onizot. That you already know. It's one of the largest cities in the entire empire. There is a big shadow on the street. It comes from the white foliage of an enormous tree that spreads its branches all above the city. My son, did you know that the silver tree grew from the blood of our God's own disciples? It's been growing here for hundreds of years, right in our city. It cannot be damaged or burned. Not even the clergy know why. Carriage comes to a halt by a small shop next to a city square. You run there and freeze by the stalls in excitement. The shop is packed with dolls and figurines and toys. You've never seen so many at once before. Have you chosen your present yet? You have. You want the Holy Order set, which includes several figurines of the Empire's greatest warriors of all time. Unfortunately, they have been packaged in loot boxes. You have an 84% chance to get a gray common level Holy Order warrior, and a 0.25% chance to get Karlog, the most powerful warrior in history, 1 of 1 NFT edition. Very well. War isn't your lot for now, but maybe these toy soldiers will teach you to think like a general. We will lead them into battle and study military strategy. Go ahead, take your present. Having said this, Father turns away to examine the books. You run to the box of toy soldiers, delirious with excitement. But there is a fancy-dressed boy in your way. He's about to take your warriors for himself. He elbows you aside and reaches for the box. Anger overcomes you, and you push him from behind. Your opponent falls to the floor. The rich boy screams so loudly, everybody in the shop hears it. He hit me! He hit me! The tall tower of a man looms over you. This is the boy's father. But then you feel your own father's hands on your shoulders. What happened? You press against Father, your mind more at ease now. He will protect you. Yes, you shoved the boy to the floor in front of everyone, but he tried to take your present for himself. Father turns you around to face him when he hears these words. Is this true, Egg? Did you strike the son of a nobleman? I'll tell him the truth. I repaid him in kind. He started it. It isn't fair to blame you without letting you speak too. You didn't want to shove that stupid boy. He was the one who shoved you first, but the angry nobleman, the boy's father, will not let you finish. Nobody cares for the wit for your so-called truth, little lowborn. The law is the law, and your punishment is due. Your father nods in agreement to these words, no matter how sad they may make him. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it. Let's just take another shot to the dome. They lead you and the nobleman's son out of the shop. You are told to bow to him and show humility. A bad feeling sends a shiver down your spine. With a satisfied grin on his face, the boy swings his arm and slaps you on the cheek. He strikes you again and again. Enough! He got what he deserved. We're leaving. Get out of our way. Your head is swimming from the heavy blows. You return to your senses back in your bed with servants treating your face. Father stays by your side all day. The morning after, you find a little box on your bedside with the tin soldiers of the holy orders inside. You paid dearly for your stubbornness. But we got the bag, though. We got the bag, though. Today, Father ordered the dinner table to be brought out into the yard. For the first time in months, he's home, outside of the confines of his always locked study. He spent the entire day playing with Nathan and you, discussing various matters with Stefan, now an adolescent, and walking in the garden. And now a dinner under the open sky. Your entire family gathers together with Father at the head of the table, smiling. He asks each of you about your studies. Nathan climbs up on his knee and recites a counting rhyme in a funny sing-song voice. Stefan mentions that his fencing teacher praised his accomplishments. He rises from the table together with Father to show his skill in a practice duel. Next comes Gloria's turn. She stands on her chair and recites a lengthy prayer by heart. Mother showers your sister with praise. Father chuckles quietly, hiding a smile in his mustache. Hiding a smile in his mustache. Hiding a smile. You're hiding a smile? You're hiding a smile in your mustache, you little... You hiding smiles in your mustache, you little shit? When your turn comes, you recite all the ranks in the Legion, from common soldier to high commander. Stefan listens to you with a skeptical look on his face. Night slowly falls, but the servants ensure that the yard is well illuminated. You don't feel cold in the dusk tonight. It feels good, yet so important. All of you are finally together, sitting at the same table. No fighting, just smiles. No arguing, just pleasant small talk. Not a cell phone in sight. Then a servant approaches Father with a letter in his hand. He reads it in the dim light, and each line gradually washes the smile off of Father's face until only a stone-cold mask remains. Mother looks at Father with an unspoken question in her eyes. Gregor Brante is coming back to Anazot. He is the head of our family. My father, Sir Gregor. The mountain. Your grandfather, Gregor Brante, has returned to the family home from the capital. This guy's got all the medieval adornments. He's got a cool walking stick. He's got a ruff around his neck. He's got a sweet freaking like amulet attached to his tunic. He's got pauldrons. He's got everything. Ever since the news of grandfather's arrival, there has not been a single day where the house has not been cleaned or decorated. Your parents anxiously making sure everything's in order. They tell you to wash your face and hands after walks and scold you for leaving books on the floor. They tell Gloria she will be flogged if she is ever seen hiding in the attic. They even make Stefan stay in his room. Even baby Nathan gets in trouble. Everyone is on edge. Then one day, grandfather arrives. It is a grim day. So hot your neck is sticky with sweat. Father, Mother, Stefan, Gloria, you and Nathan, the entire Brante family stands on the porch in front of the house. The house servants lined up behind you. The carriage arrives and out steps a tall, gaunt old man with a heavy walking stick and a heavier gaze. You cringe instinctively. Good health to you, Father. Children, greet your grandfather as you've been taught. Still trying to look like a real nobleman, are you? Look at this guy's freaking boots, man. Look at his boots! He does not look gaunt to me. This man is 260, 6'5", pure muscle. Look at the drip. He looks like Nick Bruiser. This is crazy. I was the first of the Brante family to be ennobled by the mantle, and I'm the only one who remembers how to bear this burden properly. I live honorably by my lot. Your marriage to that low-born wench cut us off from ever becoming nobles of the sword. My progeny could have been born bearing noble blood. Father, I beg you, this is not the place. Grandfather eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, the entire family following close behind him. I've been away for too long. The entire house is a mess. This is an insult. How can you live in such a pigsty, Robert? The servants have grown far too lazy, all thanks to your commoner of a wife. I warned you, did I not? And yet you did as you saw fit. And the children, what do they know of tradition or honor? They are being raised in a virtuous family, Father. And now you're speaking like a lowborn who's content to live in humility. Twins willing, now that I am here, this will not happen again. I am taking your oldest son to the capital. I see you cannot provide Stefan with proper education, so I will correct your mistake. Your brother's fate has been decided just like that. Father does not object. He orders the servants to prepare Stefan for the journey. Stefan freezes in place, glancing at grandfather and father again and again. The latter puts a hand on his shoulder reassuringly. Grandfather's lips are a tight line, white with contempt. 2 for 1. Yeah, get out of here, Stinky. Oh no, don't go. Take me with you. The house is examined room after room. Everything grandfather sees is showered with scorn. He scoffs at a crease on a blanket in Nathan's crib in mother's room. He mocks Gloria's knitting in her room. The door to your room is next. What is this, Robert? Tin soldiers in your younger son's room? He was born a commoner. I won't have him daydreaming of battle. Grandfather seizes the box containing the tin warriors of the Holy Order. Your father stays silent. Anger and fear boil within you. This is your big present from the first day of your studies. It means so much to you. But what if he's right? What if you need to prove your right to command toy soldiers first? Grandfather shakes his head in disapproval and shoves the toy box into the roaring fireplace. If you wait too long, they will melt in the flames. He woke up today and he chose violence. That's all I'm going to say. Over. Yeah, what else? This is another hit in the face. It's just, just another day at the office. Overwhelmed by helpless rage, you run to grandfather and kick him in the leg with all the strength you can muster. Yet he is immovable. The next thing you see is him leaning, towering over you menacingly, his heavy walking stick in hand. Low-born scum, how dare you raise a hand to me? The blow hits home. The handle of the walking stick is as heavy as a rock. You are dazed, robbed of both hearing and sight. Down comes another blow. A sharp pain splits your head, then darkness. Your hand twitches against your will. Then again and again, like it is trying to catch a flying butterfly. And then you fall into the primordial void. The void takes away a part of you, one of the lives you were given to live. It will never return. There is pain and desperation and a sense of loss. Nothing can be done now. First death. You fall into a pain that embraces you like a soft feather bed. You feel light free. There are no restraints, just a warm glow that envelops you in its secure embrace. The waves carry you, their touch is soft, they delicately enshroud what was once your body. It is a feeling unlike anything you've ever experienced before, something absolute and complete. You touch something greater, and the reason behind everything, the reason for your very existence. You were sculpted from this light. It was the first thing you ever felt, a boundless and sincere unity of the diverse. Your beginning was a spark that cast this light in all directions, and now you are here again, one with the beginning of everything. The light gleaming from you resembles the light of the shining pillar. You still see it in the north, as always. The waves of light carry you to two figures. The elder is nearest. He is ready to accept you. He is quiet, wise, kind, and pure. The younger waits further back. He does not know what he is yet. The waves pause at the elder's feet. He leans over you and plants a feather-light kiss on your forehead. The kiss spreads all over you. You are filled with unparalleled delight and bliss. You exist, you are unique, there is no one else like you. They know this, and they love you! You little sucker. The elder softly touches you as you lie spread out amongst the waves, sending you further down the torrent of light. You float on to the top of the silver tree's spreading crown. The closer you get to the silver tree, the heavier you become. The waves draw you down along its trunk, but you do not wish to part with this warmth and softness, with the love. You turn around. The elder is watching you. He nods. All is as it should be. Go, your time has not yet come. You must return to the world now. As you tumble down, you comprehend the true meaning of your lesser death and the divine love that has been revealed to you. Love exists not only in the hereafter, it is present in the entire design of the twins that is the origin of all life in this world. What is this manifestation of love in your mortal life? Empire? Lot? Family? Cause? Yourself? Or remain silent? Jeez. It's a good question. Isaac? Let's say yourself for now. You regain the sensation of your flesh. It is heavy and unwieldy. It lacks that lightness, that light. It is a burden. It is smothering you. You gasp for air. Your chest expands painfully. You are back. Hey, Grandpa! Thought I was what, dead? I lived, bitch. Then you smell a sickly, moist smell. You feel dampness all around you. You come back to your senses in the gloom of the family crypt, lying flat on a stone slab. Your parents are on the way to the crypt right now. You hear their muffled voices. They are arguing, and against all rules, Mother will not agree with Father. Why would Sir Gregor do this? He just took one of our child's lives. Lydia, my father is our family's head, and the boy raised a hand to him. In his defense, the boy did raise a hand to him. Please do not And Father did admit that he was too hard on him. Okay, no harm, no foul then. Please do not anger Sir Gregor. You need to accept this. It will never happen to any of our children ever again. Their voices grow quiet as they lean over you. You lean on your elbows to try and get up from the stone. Mother gingerly wraps her cloak over your naked body as you shiver from the cold. My son, your first death came far too soon. I know it may be difficult to realize what happened, but know this, the twin gods are ever merciful. You are a child, and your time to leave for the hereafter has not yet come. You will be returned here by the gods twice more, but do not tempt fate again, and never ever defy those who can easily take your life. Egg, you have angered your grandfather greatly. Do not stand in Sir Gregor's way ever again, and he will never hurt you again. For now, just stay away from him. Everybody gets 3 lives. Yeah. The Ankh and Judas' shadow. On your way out of the crypt, you take a moment to touch your head. It is perfectly fine. There's no sign of the blow. Back home, Grandfather is still walking through the house, examining the rooms. You can see that Stefan and Gloria are disturbed by what just happened. Nathan starts crying when he sees you. The playroom still reeks of burnt paint. There's something new about you now, a pitch-black stripe on your left arm. Looks like a strange bit of dirt at first, but it will not wash off. It will be like that forever, Mother explains. That's all she'll say of it. Look at this son of a gun right here. What a jerk. But hey, we did get one determination point. And event has happened. But I think, you know, that took a little while there. This is probably going to be that's probably the last one that we're going to do. We did get this ant farm event, apparently, or ant farm consequence. But I think we're going to call it here.